One of Kevin Costner's greatest westerns, Silverado, is still regarded as such even though he never really directed it. Renowned actor Costner gained recognition in the western genre by directing Dances with Wolves in 1990. The actor continued to hone his skills in the classic on-screen acting style for which he is renowned, even as he went on to become an accomplished director. Silverado has cemented his place in the Western genre that ruled the 20th century, despite a recent disregard for one of his early performances. It narrates the tale of a group of people who, while juggling action-packed moments with romances, strive to hold against numerous opposing forces. It's essentially a standard Western with an especially big ensemble, and it remains Costner's best Western. Directing is Kevin Costner's specialty. Given the popularity of his roles, it makes sense that Kevin Costner is mostly known for his acting. In 1981, he made his acting debut with Sizzle Beach, USA, and soon after, he became well known. He starred in the renowned Field of Dreams by 1989 and Dances with Wolves in 1990. After that, he was able to secure roles in JFK, 1991, Waterworld, 1995, Man of Steel, 2013, and Yellowstone, which further boosted his career. Since he has starred in all of his best films and television series, Kevin Costner is unavoidably better known for his acting abilities. After all, an actor's face is more instantly known than a director's name. Nonetheless, Costner's reputation as a director endures. He received recognition for his work on Dances with Wolves, which brought him Best Picture and Best Director Oscars as well as the Directors Guild of America's Best Director Award. It demonstrated that he is more than capable of creating his own franchise and was his breakthrough performance as a director. The leading man had so much Hollywood experience that it was only a matter of time until he decided to pursue acting. He is clearly a very talented director, which is why the underwhelming box office performance of Horizon, an American saga, was so shocking. Costner invested $38 million of his own money in the 4-part film series since it is his passion project. Regretfully, despite a $50 million budget, Chapter 1 only made $35.5 million globally, casting doubt on the success of Chapter 2 and the entire franchise. Thankfully, Costner's skill set extends far beyond directing. For Costner, Silverado was a notable exception. For Costner, Silverado held a unique significance as he did not contribute to the film's script, production, direction, or main star status. The film, which stars Danny Glover, Costner, and Scott Glenn, was directed by Lawrence Kasdan, The Empire Strikes Back. Costner merely had a significant role in the group, as a prisoner who is fervently trying to get out of jail and win his freedom. Notable was Costner's performance, and the part led to a long-lasting collaboration with writers Lawrence and Mark Kasdan. Costner is still a well-known Western star, so his decision to play a minor part is unexpected. It makes sense that he would not yet be a household name, because it was still a pretty early stage in his career. He had only 10 additional credits by 1985. That's really good for an actor who had only been working for 4 years, but it still meant a $23 million film would be taking a big risk by casting him as a main star. That would be more than $68 million in 2024 dollars, so it makes sense to maintain him in a supporting role. Costner displayed his talents as other actors carried the brand. Silverado's critical reaction. Silverado may have received support from critics, but it faced financial difficulties. It barely made the astounding box office totals of its contemporary film, Back to the Future, taking in about $32 million. It never made enough of a comeback to guarantee a steady run at the box office after debuting in 7th place. Due to its early financial difficulties, Silverado was never able to get the worldwide praise it so richly deserved. Critics nevertheless keep praising the overlooked Western masterpiece. Audiences have recognized its potential as well. Numerous reviews have been posted on Rotten Tomatoes in the years following its publication. It now has an average rating of 6.80 out of 10 and a tomatometer score of 70%. That is sufficient to receive a fresh score, which is definitely favorable. With an average review rating of 3.9 out of 5 and an 80% popcorn meter score, audiences have been even more positive. During its award cycle, Silverado was also well respected. It was nominated for Best Sound and Best Music, Original Score. One of the reasons for the high reviews, according to some reviewers, was the exceptional cast. Despite a disorganized storyline, the actors and characters made the film flow better and guaranteed some level of engagement. While several of the ensemble's members found it difficult to establish themselves, Costner is frequently mentioned as one of the outstanding rising talents. Even though he portrays an exaggerated character, he managed to win over critics and land further roles in upcoming films. Without his guidance, many of Costner's greatest projects were produced. Even though Costner is a well-known filmmaker, Silverado is simply one of several films in which he gained notoriety without fulfilling that crucial behind-the-scenes function. In fact, he doesn't fill that role very often given the breadth of his work. While he starred in over a dozen films over the course of 5 years in the 1980s alone, he only has 4 significant directing credits to his resume. Among the many films that demonstrate Costner's abilities is Silverado. Costner used Yellowstone to resurrect his broad appeal in recent years. He played the well-known rancher John Dutton III, the main character of the show, under Taylor Sheridan's direction. Because of Costner's enormous impact on the franchise, Sheridan decided to cancel Yellowstone after he left the show. It just lacked the drive to carry on the storylines without John III's presence without him. It's unlikely that a revival or follow-up program will top his outstanding legacy. Additionally, Costner did not direct or produce JFK or Field of Dreams. For the most part, Costner acted as a regular actor in his best roles. Even if he is clearly a talented filmmaker, it's important seeing his earlier work to understand how good he can be without having to do the extra directing duties. Among the many films that demonstrate Costner's abilities is Silverado. His many westerns and even non-westerns demonstrate his versatility as a skilled artist across a wide range of media.